Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Montreal Expos Relocation franchise here on MLB The Show 25. Last episode, we ended the season, year number 2, and we did not make the playoffs. We missed out. 84 wins and missed out on the postseason. And the problem with that is we can only have these guys on our team. We can't go out there and improve in the offseason with a trade or signing a big-time free agent. We have to rely on the development and the progression of our team. I think that can happen, but if in the time while we're waiting for that to happen, we're going to have seasons like this where we win 84 games, kind of be a disappointment, and just fiddle out the end of the year, and here we are, not making the playoffs. So as we go into this offseason, it's going to be a weird one because all these offseasons in this series we can't go and sign anybody. We just have to make sure everybody stays back on our team. I did go and acquire Mauricio Rivera. He's back, so we got him back. And we also have Noah Ryan returning to the team. So the White Sox stole both of those guys, but they are back and ready to go. Exact same stats, exact same everything. So they're all ready to go. It's like it never happened. So let's start this offseason and figure out what we have to do. Because we have to make sure we have some money to be able to re-sign all the guys on young contracts that we have maybe need to bring back. The Orioles bring down the Phillies in the World Series, so the Orioles are world champions. Let's advance. Let's get it started. We got retirements, but it doesn't really matter. As you can see, the two guys that I had changed have retired, so that makes sense. That's the whole point. Max Scherzer reaches the Hall of Fame. Good for him. We have no exclusive free agents, which is always nice. We don't have to re-sign anybody in the staff, although CJ Seamoss is on the last year of his deal up in the upcoming season. So next offseason, we're going to have some guys that we're going to need to work on with the staff. That's going to be a little interesting. I do kind of want to look at... I don't think I can do it right now. I was going to say I wanted to look at the scouting contracts, or the scouting staff, and I wanted to see if I could change some of that, but I think I have to wait till the season starts to do that. But we're not going to rebrand the team or anything like that. I like the way the uniforms look. I like the logos, all that kind of stuff. So let's keep moving on. We don't have any exclusive free agents, so let's go to actual free agency. And free agency is now open. There we go. And today is the day to offer contracts. So we've got the 40-man roster. We have nobody on arbitration, so this is going to be kind of a simple offseason. All we have is tendered contracts that we can just renew very, very quickly. And it's basically our whole team. And then we have actual free agency, which obviously we're not going to sign anybody. We could make an offer to the most expensive players, but that's not the point of the series. So I'm going to go and do all these tender contracts. You know what? I'll keep you around. Because all I'm going to do is be doing this, and there's not really anything else. We're just going to be hitting a couple of buttons, renewing contracts, making sure that everybody is back. We have so much money because none of our players have reached the point where they are expensive yet. They haven't gotten to full-time contracts. And that's going to be an interesting challenge to try to face when it does eventually come. How are we going to be able to manage the money of all these different expensive players? Because these guys are going to be so good at such a young age that they're going to want so much money right out the gates. And our money, even though we have 130 plus right now, that's going to significantly drop. Now, we could do things like this, where we get rid of the renewable contracts and just go straight to contract offers. But that's also a dicey territory because then you lose your immediate control. Because some of these guys are under control. I mean, look at this. If we were able to go all the way to 2032, we would have control of Kennedy Jansen until that season, until the next season, 2033. That's how long we have with team control for all of these players. So why would I go and get rid of that by offering him, or by offering players an actual contract which has limited amount of time on it? Then we have to go and offer him another contract, which is going to be even more expensive after that if he plays well. It's dicey. It's a dicey situation for sure. So I think we're just going to stick with our guns. Just go with the normal renewable contracts. These guys are cheap, they're good, and they're young. So we just go with the renewable contracts, get all of these players back, bring them to the team, maybe shake up the roster a little bit. I don't know who's going to be where. I don't know who's going to be in the big leagues. I don't know who's going to be in AAA or AA. It's all up in the air, I think. We could be seeing a new pitching staff. We could be seeing some new players in the lineup. All kinds of things could be changing. And I also have to go, before the start of season number 3, I also have to go and change those 2 rookies that we got from this past draft and make 2 new players. So I haven't decided on who I'm going to make them, turn them into, but I got to go and do that. So we still got some changes to this roster. That's the only way we can make changes to the roster, is by drafting players and then making them into the regens. So that's the only way we can do it. All right, we have finished up that. Everybody's been renewed. All of the contracts are now safe. But this is what I was talking about. Like, do we keep Strasburg in the starting rotation? Do we have Johnson up here? Does anybody develop? What's the bullpen look like? We got to have a better overall closing pitcher because Bill Wagner struggled a little bit. Does Posey finally get a shot in the bigs? Joe Mauer's been very good for us. Does King Fielder come back up? He struggled last year. He was up here for a little portion of the season, 78 games, then we moved him down. And McGuire had a good season, so maybe McGuire deserves to stay up. Pujols did not have a good season when he got called up. There's a lot of nuance that we're going to have to take into account here. Things need to change. Trout's going to probably be up. I would assume we have a lot of right fielders up here. They're probably not all going to make it. I am going to just call up Jeter because Jeter's just going to be up here. That's pretty simple. And probably Fielder is the other guy that's just going to be up there. So those guys are back. They make their return. Trout probably also needs to be up for the next season. So we'll call down Ricky Jackson. I would assume he's got one more option so we can do it. We're going to move him down to AAA. There we go. Perfect. So that right now is what the lineup, or what the starting team is going to be, but I don't know if that's how it's going to end. We also have to make sure our 40-man roster is good. We have 40 people total on roster, which is good. We just got to make sure that the guys that aren't on the 40-man roster don't get picked up, because I'd be devastated if they did. I don't even know if some of these guys are Rule 5 eligible, but if they are, it tells me if they are. So, Torey Tulowitzki. So none of these guys are Rule 5 eligible. Ryder Braun and Carl Fisk are, and those 2 guys I could definitely see getting grabbed. Posey's Rule 5 eligible, but he's not on the 40-man. He probably needs to be on the 40-man. Phillips is also Rule 5 eligible. We're going to have to make some decisions. Who's on the 40-man that doesn't need to be on the 40-man right now? We come back to Ohtani and Cabrera. They're just too low of overalls right now. If I remove them from the 40-man, they're going to have to pass waivers. Do I believe that they pass waivers? Probably not. I'm just going to have to go and remake them again, I think. But I don't want my other guys because I'm going to have to go and remake those guys. I'm going to have to remake somebody anyway. It's just a matter of who I have to remake. Am I going to have to remake Ryder Braun and Carl Fisk? Probably, because they're probably going to get taken. But let's keep simulating and figure out what happens. We'll get there when we get there. Today is the day to offer contracts. We're not going to offer anybody. Today is the day to set the 40-man roster. Here we go. We've reached our time. We have reached the moment of truth. Our 40-man roster needs to be set so that we can get through to the Rule 5 draft, but I don't want these guys to get taken. I'm going to have to make them anyway, man. It's so annoying. I wish that I didn't have to. I wish that I could have a 60-man roster. Why do I have to have a 40-man roster? But it's. I'm going to have to make some decisions. Carl Fisk and Ryder Braun are both eligible for the Rule 5 draft. So is Felipe Hernandez. And these guys all could play Major League Baseball right away. Gerald Posey certainly could play Major League Baseball right away. He's actually one that I probably should get on the 40. If I'm going to switch anybody, I got to switch and add Gerald Posey to the 40-man roster. So I got to take somebody off. And I think it's going to have to be Mikel Cabrera. I hate doing that, but I have to. I need Gerald Posey on there because out of anybody that's on the team, there's a real good chance that Posey gets grabbed. And Posey might even make the team next year. Because Eiley has some options. So I'm going to send him down to AAA. We're going to call Posey up. He's too high of an overall to not be up there. So he needs to be up there. I'm just hoping that Cabrera doesn't get claimed and that nobody else gets grabbed for the 40-man roster. Ian Happ signs a 4-year deal with the Cubs. The Mariners claim Mikel Cabrera. You got to be joking, bro. All right. I knew that I wasn't going to get away with it. Garrett Crochet signs a 7-year, $300 million deal with the Tigers. Now I got to go to the Mariners and remove Cabrera from their roster because they couldn't just let me live, could they? No, because they need a third baseman. So we're going to do the same thing we've always done. I'm going to go in here, get rid of Mikel Cabrera from the Mariners, and then when season 3 starts, he'll be back on our team. So give me a minute. All right, I had to do it. Mikel Cabrera is bad again. So, I didn't make his age bad. That's my bad. Let's turn the age up to retirement age. There we go. That's the last thing I need to do. So, we lost Cabrera, but he'll be back for season number 3. We might lose. That might not be the last that I have to do. We might be losing some other players when it comes to the Rule 5 draft. We'll see. Freddie Peralta with the Orioles. They just won the World Series. Here's the tender contracts. We're all done with that stuff. Let's get moving on to winter meetings. Jesus Luzardo, Jesus Lizard, goes to the Royals. Nico Horner to the Yankees. Terry Skubal, 6-year deal for the Mariners. Ryan Helsley traded from the Yankees to the Brewers for Yoan Moncada, Luis Lara, and Vladimir Restituyo. Okay. Cool. Kind of a trade. And here's the draft lottery. We're actually going to have a decent chance at a good pick this year. Top 20, I would assume, by missing out on the playoffs. It could get us a decent player. You never know. Well, I mean, we're going to get a decent player anyway because... Oh my God, we have the number 1 pick. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God! I've never seen that before. In all my years of playing MLB The Show since they've added in the draft lottery system, which has been like 2 or 3 years now, I've never seen, especially my team, jump from, what were we at, 17? We jumped all the way to number 1. We had 0.40% chance to jump up to number 1. We did it. In the one series where the draft picks don't matter because they're going to get changed anyway, we get the number 1 overall pick. Why couldn't this happen in an Angels series? Or the Cubs series? Oh my God, the one time it happens, it's in a series where the draft picks literally don't matter because we're going to change the player anyway. We have the number 1 overall pick. Oh my God. A 0.4% chance to get the number 1 overall pick, and we did. We jumped 16 spots. It had to have been rigged. Somebody had a cold lottery ball, cold ping pong ball, or a cold envelope like in the lottery, the NBA lottery with, I think that was that the Patrick Ewing lottery? Somebody had a cold ping pong ball or cold envelope, whatever they use to choose the lottery teams. There's no way. There's absolutely zero possibility that we could have jumped to number 1 and we jumped to number 1. Why in this series, though? Why? In a series where the draft picks don't matter, why did we get the number 1 pick? Oh my God, I can't believe it. Well, now that means we're going to have to turn this number 1 pick into one of the greatest players to ever play baseball. So, there's a lot riding on this guy. There's a lot riding on him. I can't believe it. We have the number 1 pick in the draft. Wow. I'm still shocked. I'm absolutely stunned at what has just occurred. We survived the Rule 5 draft with nobody getting taken. Things are coming up juice. I'll admit it. We are having a very decent offseason, all things considered. I mean, we got the number 1 pick. Are you serious? The number 1 pick? How? 16 spots we jumped with a 0.4% chance. Absolute, utter insanity is all I'm going to say. Just simply insane. Why could that not happen with the LA Angels? I'd love to have the number 1 pick in that series. Wow. Okay, so the only thing that went bad for us is that we have to remake Miguel Cabrera, which is not the end of the world. I just do it really quickly before the season starts, or before the episode starts for season 3. We do have to figure out who's going to be on this roster. Manuel Ramirez is going to get taken down to AAA, so that frees up 1 spot, although he probably needs to be in AA, since that frees up a spot. There we go. Who else is going to be? It probably has to be Michael Stanton. I don't want to put Michael Stanton down there, because I do believe that he should be big league ready. Maybe it's Randall Johnson. It probably has to be Randall Johnson. Never mind. Stanton can stay for now. It's going to, obviously, all this is going to change by the time we get to the preseason and all that kind of stuff, or the preseason, the spring training and the regular season. So we'll have to redo all that for season 3. But I'll do all that roster stuff as we get to season 3, right before the episode starts. I'll get Miguel Cabrera situated back on the team. We will change the new 2 rookies that we have, which I think one of them was a pitcher. I don't remember what his name is. Is it Brad Lopez? It is Brad Lopez. So Brad Lopez is one of them that will change. He's that guy. And then I think it was a shortstop was the other guy. Yeah, Rich Weber. That's who it is. So these 2 guys we will change into new players, along with adding Miguel Cabrera back to this team. So he'll be back on this team. He'll be back at third base. And then we'll get ready to go for season. I'll have the roster ready to go. I'll have the 26-man team, which is probably going to be very similar to what this is, if not exactly the same as what we have right here. As long as all the options work out and everything like that, we don't have to move anybody. So that's what's going to happen for next season. We will do the spring training stuff. We'll get all the way to the end. And we will be ready to go for season number 3. Can you believe it? Season 3 of Expos franchise already here. Pretty crazy. Nope, I didn't want to jump into the game. It's not what I wanted to do. I was pressing buttons too quickly. We'll have to get out of this. Simulate an exit. Skip, please. Skip. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. All right, there we go. We win the game, though. That's nice. Good job. Mickey Mantis. Harvey gets the win in spring. Home run for Peter Rose as well. Good job, guys. Good job. But I will situate everything ready to go for the spring and have everything set up for season number 3, because I do think season number 3 could be the year. Not that we win a championship, that we're actually competitive. So I'll get this roster set up for next episode, change those players, bring back Miguel Cabrera, and we'll be ready to go for Season 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the G Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.